Hello and thank you for tapping into my channel, Cali Legends Media. I'd like to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. You'd really be helping me out to get my channel off the ground. It would also help me financially. I don't know if people realize it, but YouTube pays very, very little. It's like $1 per 1,000 views, depending on how many subscribers you have. If you don't have many subscribers, it's very little. The more subscribers, the more they pay you for the same amount of views. The more subscribers, even if you have the same amount of views, you get paid more because of that. And that's why I guess you see content creators asking you to subscribe to their channel primarily. Also inviting you to come and see what our channel's about and what the videos are about, and hopefully take something away when you watch one of these videos. Anyways, also, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, the like button, and if you'd like to be notified when a new video drops, hit that notification bell. When we release a video, you'll be notified. You can go back later and watch the video. Okay, so I was thinking of doing a video on something else, but I feel I don't have enough information, so I'm going to put that one off, and I'm going to talk about this. It's been a while already, probably a year maybe, that a Crip got DP'd. He got disciplined by his neighborhood. He's from the 55th Street Crips. And he's very popular on YouTube. Anyways, his picture came out and they showed his face after his homeboys DP'd him or disciplined him. And his face was all shot out. I mean, they give him a good one. They worked him. He had cuts all over his face. They bloodied him up. And they videotaped it on top of that. And you could see that old boy could barely get up off the ground, you know? They gave him a good one. In any case, a lot of the other people from his neighborhood got involved because they thought that the DP was unjust. And that happens a lot of times. I seen the reasons why they DP'd that man, and I felt it was unjust also. And it was also bad that they videotaped it and put it on social media. You know, that stuff should have been kept confidential, not only because it's illegal and charges could have been filed against those individuals that assaulted this man, but it's gang activity, you know. It's not a good idea to film something like that and put it on social media. In any case, I brought this up basically to talk about this. When people get DP'd or disciplined, everybody doesn't always agree it's the right thing to do. Usually the bottom line and the final decision rest on the powers to be, and or a majority vote, depending on what the policies are and what politics are in play. Now, I've seen a couple of homies in prison get disciplined. Guy from Playboy got disciplined one time. And when something like this happens, you know, everybody don't need to know why it's going down, why it's taking place, or that it's going to take place, or that it took place. You know, they let the inmate know, and they get the door open sometimes, and a couple of soldiers go in there and toss old boys up, whoever's in the wrong or whoever violated a rule, broke a rule, and then they try to get out and get away, of course. So when they disciplined dude from Playboys, the only reason why I found out, I just got out of the shower and I was walking over to the benches, and I seen dude on the floor, and I seen the two youngsters walk out, I seen dude getting up from off the floor. You could tell he was rattled. And he closed his door and he stood in his cell. Another time, this J-Cat, I guess, was looking at a CO and touching himself and got caught. He got disciplined. Dude was already, man, he had like huge scars all over his face. That dude looked like he'd been through the mill. Little short, fat dude. He's a J-Cat. You know, you could tell he wasn't there. You know, a couple of marbles missing. Nevertheless, he was on the main line and he got caught doing this, and they disciplined him. Now, yeah, he got bumped up and stuff. He had to stay in his cell for a little bit till he healed up, you know, and came out and was able to walk to chow and be around the COs, because if they would have seen his face like that, it would have been all bad for him. You know, they would have probably rolled him up, or who knows what might have happened. Anyways, in both cases, those faces weren't as bad as this dude that got regulated from 55th Street. I believe the guy's name is Crip Mac. I mean, don't quote me on that. I really don't. I know this individual all over YouTube, so some of you probably know who I'm talking about. Big black dude. Tattoos all on his face, his head, everything. Anyways, they beat him up like they were getting him out of the neighborhood. That's the kind of discipline they gave him, you know. And like, there's an old saying, you know, you don't want to break a homie, you want to make a homie, you know. So yeah, if it comes to the point where someone has to get disciplined, yeah, okay, they get disciplined, but not to the point where where they get stomped out, you know. And you know, that's for other types of deals, you know, like when you're getting them out of the neighborhood, or somebody that's just no good, you know. But if it's somebody that you plan on still having from your neighborhood and still being around, and they did something that was a violation, then you discipline them. That's all it is. It's not to jack them up like that. There was a couple of cases in my neighborhood where guys got disciplined. One of them was for these two homeboys went over to the Ashman Apartments and got in an altercation with another homie, and this fool decided to shoot at the homie down, you know, towards the room where he was living. Of course, homie shot back, but just the point that they went over there like that and pulled a gun and started the shooting, they got disciplined. And nobody really said or did anything. And I was there when he got disciplined. We don't call it a DP. We say we're gonna give the homeboy a ronda for doing this, and that. You know, we're gonna give him a ronda de chingazos, a round of putazos, you know, for the violation that they did. So for them two going over and disrespecting the homie's pet, which had his girlfriend and her little girl in the house, in the room, you know, at the time, and besides the shooting at a homie like that, you know, it just was all wrong. Them fools were high, you know. One of them was always doing things. In fact, I'm gonna do a video on him because he later got arrested, and I know a lot of you seen him in the news, but this is for another video. But anyways, so both dudes get disciplined. But like I say, they didn't leave him like they let dude from 55th Street. Now I did see somebody like that came out of a ronda that bad, and that's when we had a homeboy called Richard. I think they called him Big Bird, and he got out of our neighborhood. And yeah, he looked like oh boy when my homeboys were done with him. He had welts all in his body and everything from being hit with a belt with a buckle, and they stomped dude out, you know, and left him there. He was out when they left him, you know. But that was getting him out of the neighborhood. And I ran into him on the store. I remember I was real young. I was probably like around 13 years old. He was older than me. He still lives there in the same house. He lived about a block and a half from me. He still lives in the same house, same neighborhood. You know, he's Doesn't matter. He's not in the neighborhood no more, you know. But that time, yeah, they jacked his face up, his body up, and they left him there. He couldn't get up, just like old boy couldn't get up. So a lot of times, you know, the discipline could be taken too far. I believe in that man's discipline. The guy from 55th Street, it was taken too far. And I'm sure there's been other occasions when people get a little bit more than they should, you know. I'm glad in my neighborhood it's taken in consideration. When a homeboy's down, you don't kick them, you don't stomp them out, you know. Let them get back up and then handle business again, you know. Even if it's a one-on-one, you know. It's done respectfully and it's done righteously, you know. At least up to date, man. Anything could change at any time, you know. But up to date, that's the way I've seen it done throughout my participation in those kind of activities. Getting DP'd is an ugly thing. I've never got DP'd. I've seen it done. I've seen it happen to people, and it's an ugly thing to carry around with you. You know that you got beat up because you did something stupid. You know, feels bad. I'm sure. I recommend that if you're not from a gang, you're not from a neighborhood, you're not involved with politics, don't get involved. You know, you'll be under different constraints in life. You know, you'll be able to do certain things and not do other things, and it's just a bad road to go down. It usually leads to incarceration, or some people get disabled in wheelchairs. Some people lose their lives, and if you don't lose your life, you have a lifetime of burying people that you grow close to that lose their lives. You know, it's a vicious circle, vicious cycle that I wouldn't recommend to anybody at this point in my life. It took me a long time to realize it, a long time to be able to voice this, but now I'm voicing it. I voice it regularly, and I highly recommend, if you're not involved, don't get involved, you know. And if you're gonna get involved, know what you're getting involved with, and get involved all the way. Don't be half-stepping, because that's another way for you to have a whole bad experience and a whole bad ride down that road, you know. Especially in prison. You know, in prison, I highly recommend you don't get involved with politics. If you do, it's, you know, if you have family out here, I recommend you don't do it. If you have loved ones you want to get back to, I recommend you don't do it. It's a lifetime commitment, and it's real. You know, if you know, I can understand if you have a bunch of time, you're never going to get out, and there's really no hope, you're never going to get out. Hey, why not, man? Do your thing, you know. But if you are going to get in, just know that your metal's going to be tested, and you'll have to jump in with both feet, and go balls out, you know. That's the only way you're going to survive that trip. But anyways, I recommend to everybody, don't do it. There's other ways to do your time and still be good, you know. And anyways, I'm gonna end this video, and thank you for watching it. Really appreciate each and every one of you. So let's stay free. Let's stay out of prison, stay out of gangs, and yeah, let's enjoy life, man. There's too much goodness out here. Thanks for watching, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.